traders, welcome to the TMT stock market strategy video for Monday, January 19th. Well, so far we had a really bad start to the markets. Yesterday, we had Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday today, so we had a national holiday here in the States, and markets were all over the place in the pre-market in the European session. But anyway, to close basically down a couple of points. So we're having a little bit of a rally. We did mention that we're looking for an oversold bounce. And quite frankly, guys, we're not going to go straight down, straight up, but we are looking for an oversold bounce. And this is going to be the importance of this oversold bounce is how does the market react to this bounce? Is it weak? There's no conviction to the rally, no excitement to the rally. Markets aren't really moving, meaning stocks within the indexes aren't really moving. And the indicators will tell you that by stocks that are above the 50-day moving average and so on. And I go over this extensively in the premium video. So we're looking for an oversold bounce here. McClellan Oscillator is stating that we're looking for an oversold bounce. We're down about 78. We hit about 89 here on Thursday. So we should rally back up into this here. Now, remember, when you get into this area, negative 10, 20, plus 20, we're really in a neutral state, right? So if we get back into this area, I want to see where the value areas will be to short the market when we get back up here, okay? Now, if the market is ripping to the upside and we have a lot of volume going to the upside and things are starting to change. And what I mean by that is really earnings season. Now we have a whole slew of earnings that are coming out, and it's really important because we want to see how they guide, right? If the bigger companies are not guiding and they're warning, that's not going to be a good sign for the markets. Also, let's talk about seasonality. Seasonality here, we have the best 6 months of the year of trading. However, the first 2 months, January and February, usually tend to give a little bit of volatility to the markets, and March becomes really one of the best one of the best months out of the 12 months of the year. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. We're coming down to an area where we're going to be looking for that oversold bounce, and then of course start rallying up to challenge the highs again. But at this time, that's not the case. I'm looking for another rally and sell into that rally, and probably look for another 8 or 10% decline from where we are now before markets actually stabilize and go higher, okay? A lot of volatility is going to create a lot of opportunity. Problem is sometimes, obviously, when you're day trading, you could see that when the markets open down big or open up big. In this case, we're up 24 handles in the ES. Now we have to look for a decent pullback. Will I be looking to buy pullbacks today? Of course, but we need a decent pullback. We need the markets to come back into value areas where we can start looking to buy the market, right? We don't want to buy up 24 handles in the ES. So let's move on to the index, and I'll show you some of these weekly charts. SPY weekly, target's going to be the August lows. If we lose the August lows, I mean, this is, which I have a funny feeling we're probably going to lose the August lows. If we lose the August lows here, which coincides nicely here with the 200-day moving average, look at what's happening here. You'll see what I keep talking about, this thin zone. Once we start getting down to this area and we start losing some of these key areas, it's almost normal that a price will kind of gravitate right to the next area, next big area, which will probably be somewhere around here. Now, we're way away from that, but I just wanted to show you this area needs to hold. This coincides beautifully with the 200-week moving average, okay? So 182.19 is going to be the next target to the downside in the weekly chart of the spiders. Daily chart of spiders, let me just grab that real quick for you guys. Daily chart, we had our second area of support met. Obviously, that third area will be this area of 182.68. And again, our RSI and MACDs have not crossed back to the upside. We need this to at least touch and fail, or touch and start to break back higher to the upside. Downside targets have been met. As you can see, we are deeply oversold. I would not be looking to short here. I'd be a better buyer down in these areas, but you have to be careful. As much as you want to keep a tighter stop, with volatility expanding, your stops have to be a little bit wider in order for a trade to work for you guys, okay? And again, that's based on according to your risk tolerance and your risk plan. All right, weekly chart of the IWM. We identified a nice head and shoulders pattern here. We mentioned we had the left shoulder, we have the head up in here, and then we had the right shoulder. Bear flag came in beautifully, broke that 200-week moving average. Excuse me. I mean, that's you could just see that this is a very ugly looking chart. The next target where it reads, and you take this area here, you take this to here, and then all you do is you just project it down. You're looking at 89.22 overall target. Overall, not saying it's going to get there tomorrow or today, but that's the overall target here of this Head and Shoulders pattern weekly. I thought it would be important to show you guys where the bigger targets are now, okay? Daily chart, you can see our objective target has been met, 99.78. Now we're looking for a bounce. And remember, when you see this 8 get really way away and the 20 way away from price, it's just a matter of time before it snaps and get a snapback rally. It's like that rubber band effect. You're going to get back up here. And what's going to happen is, and I mentioned many times in the video, you're going to get yourself a little bear flag, and then we're going to sell that bear flag once price starts to stop up in these areas. And one of the targets would be 107.67. I want to see a day or two of rallies, and I'm going to project some upside targets where we can look to get short the market, okay? Next thing is going to be transports. A Head and Shoulders pattern here I showed you a couple of weeks back, and this is still valid. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We had one target met right to the penny. Next target is going to be 108.50. And remember, guys, look at what I'm saying. We have a thin zone. This is the thin zone. See that? It came right down to this area here. This is the target area where it's met. Second area is here. If we lose this, we get right back to here to the October 13 lows. No question about it. Now, again, way away. This is not going to happen overnight. I just want to get a weekly picture out there for you guys on a Monday. Well, Tuesday for this holiday week. Daily chart of the transports. Objective target has been met. Now we need to get back above it, which more than likely we'll probably do today. And again, outside, look how far away from the 8 and look how far away from the 20. Once we just kind of stabilize here, we'll get right back up into these areas, okay? Next is going to be the diamonds. Target met. Again, our next target would be the August lows on all of the indexes. August lows, 150-ish, okay? Now, again, this is not going to happen overnight, but I like to see price gravitate right back up to these areas here, that 8, and then, of course, the 20. And then we're going to put some fib numbers out here and see where we're going to look to short the market when price tells us to, okay? That's another big importance here. When price tells it, we don't get up there and short the market because price is up there. We want to make sure it fails. All right, now the Qs have been the best out of all of them. Still has been. We had 2 downside targets met just about to the penny. And then, of course, look at our RSI starting to break back up, curling back above, which tells me we should be looking for some sort of a dead cat bounce. Look for that bear flag and look for to sell that bear flag. Okay, and again, next target would be that August low, the bigger picture. I'll put them out there again. Let's just see how this market goes in the next couple of days, and then we'll put some upside targets for you guys. Have a great day. Please use your stops, guys. Volatility's out here, and it's here to stay, which is good for us, which would create opportunity. Have a great day, bud.